Good morning. Welcome to Sakura Questfast, Episode 6, the Rural Masquerade. I'm Caitlin Glass, ADR Director for the dub of Sakura Quest. Joining me today are voice actors Anthony Bowling and Justin Briner. Let's go. Good morning, Internet! Good morning. Welcome to Sakura Questfast, Episode 6, Rural Masquerade. I've got some fellas here with me this morning to talk to you about this show. Who the heck are you?
Good question. I'll see y'all later.
Okay, bye.
I'm Anthony Bowling. TV's Anthony Bowling.
TV's Anthony Bowling. Who do you play, Anthony Bowling?
I play Fujiwara.
All right, awesome. And this fine fellow is...
Hi, everyone. I'm Justin Briner, and I am Taiga in today's episode.
Yay! So these guys are in this chunk of episodes, episode 6 today, episode 7 next week. And we're really excited, so let's get started. Bing! And there it is.
Ooh.
And what show is this?
Get out, for real.
I'll see you later.
You actually can leave now.
No. I'll take my breakfast and go.
Have you had a chance to see the episode yet, or any of the show?
I've seen a little bit of it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad
I've
to
seen,
hear
sort of the beginnings of Sakura Quest.
that. All right. It's a good one.
It's very, very precious from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Friendship and
Pink hair.
community and
Anime.
pink hair.
All right.
You don't normally get that from your run-of-the-mill everyday anime.
No.
The Homeowners Association.
Or your
is really
everyday
good.
friendships either.
No.
Not a lot of pink hair. I mean, if you know, like, Kristen McGuire.
Yes, that's real life.
She's our one pink
real
hair
life
friend.
anime.
Yeah. So we like to show the folks at home what mugs we have.
Oh.
So I'll go first because I'm really excited about mine. I just got back from Orlando. And I love Peter Pan. And I have a new Peter Pan and Tinkerbell mug.
I love that art.
Oh, that's precious.
It has Disneyland on the back. Hooray! Okay, who's next?
I have a mug with all of your favorite Pixar characters on it. Where's my favorite?
No, where's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
I
I'm
like
trying to guess.
I like Woody from Toy Story. He's one of my faves.
Yay.
Nice. And my, I have a Princess Minnie Mouse mug. So we all Disney themed.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm letting my inner princess out today. So we're doing that.
Seems appropriate to your character, really. I think so.
That's what he'd do.
The fans were very excited that you guys were going to be on, and they sent us some wonderful questions. Ooh. So let's get to them. A question for Justin Briner and Anthony Bowling. We'll just start it off with a pretty common question. What's your favorite anime voiceover project that you've been a part of? He says that you like, but I figure you can't really speak to the voiceover part of it unless you've actually been in it. So
True,
we'll
true.
go with
I guess
favorite,
you could say favorite one that have voices in it.
Yeah.
What's your
good.
favorite anime with voices?
My favorite show
Pretty.
with voices.
It's pretty. Okay, we'll go with what's your favorite thing that you've worked on?
I don't know. I've had a lot. My first one that I did that was really big, that really got me into the process was Samurai 7.
Yay!
Being Ukyo in that because that was my first big role and I got to be a villain, and that's like
Really
that's
cool.
almost a triple header right there. Just like
And what a beautiful show. Yeah. It's
oh
a really
yeah,
good
it was
one.
an awesome show. So that has a special place in my heart.
I mean, and you can't get more anime than let's retell one of the most famous film stories ever.
And with robots.
Yeah.
And now
But
with
with
robots. But with robots now.
Now with
so.
robots because anime.
Because anime.
Justin, what about you?
It's so hard to play favorites.
It is. I always tell folks when I'm
But
asked
do
this
it.
at conventions, it's like choosing your favorite role is like choosing your favorite child or something. You've given a part of yourself to everybody that you've played. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
But I mean, I guess a couple that have meant a lot to me recently are My Hero Academia has been a joy to
Never
work on.
heard of that
Oh,
show.
that old show.
This whole thing.
That's been a joy. I also loved working on Garo with you.
You're not just saying that because
No.
I'm sitting right here.
Honestly, I'm not. It was an absolute joy. I
Well,
thought.
ditto. I loved doing that show as well. It's absolutely my favorite show to have ever directed is Garo the Animation. So if you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's very different from Sakura Quest.
Tune in for Garo Quest.
Ooh.
Garo Live.
These two shows that should never be mashed together is this one and that one. I cannot imagine such a thing. Here's another one for Justin. This question, that last question was from Adrian, so thanks, Adrian.
Thanks, Adrian.
Thank you.
This question comes from Michael, and it's for Justin. What did you like best about playing your Masamune's revenge character?
I just love that. That's sort of a vocal timbre I don't get to use very often.
It's awesome.
For the uninitiated, I guess. He was kind of a kid he was really cute. He talked like this all the time. He tried to be tough and manly, but it never really worked. So he was a blast. I had a lot of fun with him.
Flowers in his eyes.
Yes, little like
Hair
flower
barrettes.
petals, pupils.
He's really precious.
Can that just be your voice from now on?
It is. That's how I sound.
It sounded like me in the car warming up for an audition yesterday. I don't normally play young, small kids. I play like teenagers and older. And I'm like, I'm going to audition for every side that has been sent to me. And one was like a 12-year-old. So I was like singing along, like belting songs on the radio. And then...
Yeah.
You're going to lose all your roles to Justin now.
Yes.
All right. We'll get to that one later because it's kind of a heavier one. From Andrea. Andrea wants to know. Well, actually, she has a message for us. It's very lovely.
Oh.
You guys seem very supportive of all your coworkers, which is a quality I love of you guys. Any tips for how to love and support everyone with no judgment? It's something I'm working on.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's not really about acting or the show, but if you have a personal experience, Anthony, you work with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Not just at Funimation, but teaching improv and stuff.
Yeah, teaching improv, that's a huge tenet, and I love questions like that. That's something personally that I try and work on, and finding those connections that you have. And absolutely with Funimation, it's such an easy place to work at because you meet someone and then like after day one you're friends. And it's so, I think just accepting people, it's putting down your guard, being more vulnerable. The more that you allow people into your life, the more you can understand each other on a personal level rather than putting up those defenses of saying, I need someone to like me, I need someone to do this. It's like, hey, we're both people, we both have faults and flaws, we're both scared of things. How are you? What do we have that connects us? How can we communicate? It's a lot easier. So.
Good answer.
Yeah, thanks.
Anything to add or piggyback on that?
I know in our industry, it's very competitive. It can be cutthroat. A lot of, and this is sort of a nice oasis. I feel is all of these getting to work with so many nice people all the time. So I just try to do right by them. Everyone who showed me so much kindness on my journey, it's only right that I can do the same.
Yeah. I think that the aspect like how to love and support everyone with no judgment, that's just a choice that you have to make. And I think that just because you think something, maybe you meet someone and immediately you have a judgment about them, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person for thinking it. Like, you are not your thoughts just because you had it. So the next step is, what are you going to do with this thing that you've decided about this person, which is probably not true because you just met them. So don't be so hard on yourself. I think take a moment and examine the stuff that immediately comes up when you meet a new person, and then decide, regardless, that you're going to treat them with kindness. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think kindness and empathy go a really, really long way these days.
Yeah.
Also on the Periscope, is that graphic happening in real time?
It
Can
is
people
the
see
hearts.
it? Like,
Oh yes.
could it? I'm missing hearts. Oh,
And
look at
that's
that.
what it looks like. He's got hearts in his hand.
I'm giving you love, everyone.
Hooray!
I love
Spread
it.
It looks like I'm farting hearts.
No love on this side.
I ate a lot of love.
Andrea also wants to know, Justin, how was A-Kon, and do you have a favorite fan experience from the weekend?
Oh my gosh, A-Kon was a blast. For those who don't know, that's a sort of local convention for us here. It moved to Fort Worth for the first time this year, so a few of us got to travel out and do that. I had a bunch of great fan experiences. I love a lot of people will bring me like fan art and stuff that they've drawn, and that blows my mind to take time out of their day to be like, hey, look what I did for you. I think that's amazing. So I got a couple pieces that I took home with me that really meant a lot.
Awesome.
That's my favorite thing from going to cons, is finding the artists that draw. Going to Artist Alley.
That's the best.
That is the most beautiful, most creative thing, especially when you find some of your characters where it's like, yes.
Yeah, the artist alley was great this year. I had a few people come through my line, and I was like, "Where did you find this? Can you? Where was this? I need this."
I saw. Was it yours? The one with like lots of beautiful like rainbow colors in the background.
Yes, that was one I bought.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
The Hero Academia characters like floating in the air.
Wow,
it was beautiful.
Does everything that artist does, is it in that style?
Yes, She had a lot of lovely watercolor pieces.
Okay, Jackson wants to know. This is related to this episode, which is all about filmmaking and a small indie low-budget company that comes to Manoyama to shoot. So Jackson would want to know, what's everyone's favorite independent, or I've never heard this term. Have you heard this term? A schlock movie? SCHLOCK?
Schlock, I think, is like lower, almost...
Low budget? It's just another word for low budget that maybe doesn't sound as bad as low budget.
Well, schlock actually just sounds worse, like
it kinda does.
Just throwing it out. I think. I could be wrong.
Chuck Huber enters, the director.
The director.
Chuck Huber will be our guest on the show next week, so tune in for that. We've got Chuck and Rico and Leah Clark.
His character, his character yells at my character, and
Oh,
I feel bad all the time.
It's funny because this show, everyone's performances are very realistic. Of everyone so far, Chuck is the most cartoony.
Yeah.
He's very larger than life.
Because he's sort of like Hollywood coming in, right?
Exactly. But it's really true to the Japanese performance as well. Cool. So we tried to match him. But back to this. Do you have a favorite independent or schlock movie?
Indie movie. Let's see. What's a good indie movie that... I don't know if how independent Ex Machina was. That was the one that had... it was the guy who was in episode 7. He played Poe Dameron.
Oscar Isaac?
Oscar Isaac, yeah. Oscar Isaac and the guy who played Admiral Hux. I don't know actors' names.
From Harry Potter.
But...
Careful, Ren.
Careful.
That one.
Yes.
I love that guy.
Ex Machina.
We love you, guy, whatever your name is.
Yeah, you're watching. They're obviously
Redheads
watching right now.
unite.
Great job, guy.
Great job,
You keep it up, guy. You'll make it. I mean, that really caught me where I'd have to look and be like, was that an indie movie? Was that an independent or schlock movie? I mean, if we're talking guilty pleasure movies, I'll watch Joe Dirt all day long. That's I don't know why I like that movie so much, but Joe Dirt's
I gotta go.
Yeah, see ya. And keep on keeping on.
Yeah, do you have a favorite, Justin?
I don't know if I'd call it a schlock film by any means, but there's sort of an indie festival film I saw recently was Whiplash with J.K. Simmons.
That was really popular, that one.
Yes. So I don't even know if that constitutes as indie anymore, but that it was a great movie. Really,
you know what? It was a movie.
Walked away from it not feeling great. So.
Oh, that's great. A movie that I liked recently, and I honestly don't see a lot of movies, and it's been even a year since I saw this one, but on the plane to Australia, all I had to do was watch movies. And there's one by, oh my gosh, his name escapes me, but he has directed Thor Ragnarok, which hasn't come out yet.
Waititi?
Yeah.
Taika. What We Do in the Shadows?
No, he did direct that, but
that was a good one.
Hunt for the Wilder People is an excellent little film. Like Sam Neill is in it, and then nobody else that I've ever heard of except Reese Darby, who makes a crazy appearance. So it's really heartwarming and funny. So check that out. Okay, we gotta go faster. We've got
Okay. Oh gosh.
And this episode is happening. You still haven't got to you.
Yeah.
We're almost there. This
review.
one's from Jamal. Oh, appropriate. So zombies. Spoiler in this episode. Where do you wish you could be if an actual zombie outbreak occurred, and why?
Not by the zombies?
Yes.
Away from them.
Good answer.
Yeah, not in the world where zombies happen. I'd want it to be a combination of Disneyland and the gun department at Walmart.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Newly released Gunland in Disney.
NRA land. The NRA Adventure, where the A stands for adventure.
I gotta go.
NR Adventure. No, I don't know. Like wherever the most secure spot would be.
Yeah, is it safe to be on some remote island? Is that good? Can they not get to me out
there?
there?
They can walk on the floor because they don't have to breathe.
Shut up. Yeah, but it's gonna take them a long time.
It
There's,
will.
like,
Eventually they'll get you,
and
but
stuff. We'll get them.
but
Will
until
the
then-
sharks turn into zombies? If a shark eats a zombie, do they
Not
become
messing with
a
zombie sharks. So away from the water.
Okay.
That's baseline.
And it depends on what strain of zombie and how it's done.
This is a really complicated question, Jamal. We need a whole other episode to
Right.
address this.
Jamal,
The
you just
full
opened
scope
yourself
of
a
this
can of zombie
question.
worms.
All right, which one of your fellow voice acting peers would most likely survive a zombie outbreak?
Ooh, you don't want to be around an actor in the outbreak.
No, probably like I think Chubbs would.
He'd be all right.
Chris would be all right.
I think Travis Willingham.
Yeah. You know what?
That's who I want to be with.
Okay.
Yeah. He seems like he could. He's like a triathlete Iron Man guy. He would.
Well, so he'd
definitely
do pretty
survive.
well.
Yeah. I'm sticking with him.
Not so bad.
Sticking with him. Thank you, Jamal. Ryuki wants to know. Well, say this week's episode of Sakura Quest feels heavy for me. If you haven't seen all of it, one of the main characters, Maki, she used to be an actress and has since left that behind and come back to her hometown. So she's struggling with if she wants to keep doing it and what happens when it becomes really difficult to do the thing that you love.
So she's sort of
Cloak.
faced with the life that she went away from.
Yeah, she left it and then it shows up in her hometown and she's like,
I didn't ask for this.
Exactly, and even one of her kohais from her acting agency is the lead in the movie. So this person who came along after her is now more successful than her. So
This is the more taiko drums.
taiko drums. Put taiko drummers in the movie. We need them.
He does that, then Fujiwara's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Production, yeah, okay, cool.
But the question was, have any of you in the cast ever had similar experiences to that? And while you're answering, I'll find someone else's question who's really similar.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those deep actor questions where it's like, oh, this got too real. I mean, yeah, of course, we all struggle. I mean, when you're doing something, there's your character, Justin Miles.
Yep, that's me.
I introduced you.
The actor.
Actor. Yeah, it's always tough. There's always that self-doubt where it's like, am I doing what I should be doing? Am I good enough? It's something I'm not getting cast. I'm not doing this. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I think that goes through everyone's head. That's every actor ever.
Certainly,
No matter what height you're at and what
where
you're
you
doing.
are
Yeah.
in your career. That happens to everybody.
Yeah, there was a time early on when I put a lot of my stock into studying like musical theater specifically, and when all my friends and I were applying for schools and stuff, all my friends got into that musical theater school except me, and it was a big blow to my confidence. Yeah, I mean it's neither here nor there, but so when you're faced with big challenges like that, it's important to sort of take stock of okay, it wasn't entirely my fault, or what can I change to do better, or is there another course that can I survive the zombie outbreak?
Oh my gosh, his character
Lots of
just
questions.
got sidelined by the zombies.
Taken out. It can be sort of a struggle, but you sort of have to bolster yourself and steel yourself. You need a lot of resolve in this industry, I think.
A question from Bobby is very similar. Have you ever lost motivation for acting like Maki? And if you have, what tips do you have for people to find their passion again? I think that what you have to remember, Bobby, is that just because things are hard or difficult doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. You know, if it were easy to become a famous actor, if it were easy, everybody would freaking do it. Like, it's really hard. That's why often when I meet fans at conventions that ask, how can I be a voice actor? I'm like, are you sure that that's what you really want?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the best advice I was ever given in college, you might have been there. Anthony and I went to college together. We had like a guest come in and talk to all of us.
Betty Buckley?
No, before Betty. But he said, if you can imagine yourself doing anything other than this job, do that, because being an actor will probably be the hardest thing you will ever
Please do anything
or
else.
attempt
Oh,
to
it
do.
is? Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
So, if you really like cooking and you'd like to think, maybe I should be a chef, you probably should go be a chef and not be an actor, because this is really, really hard. So make sure that's what you really want to do. So knowing that, you have to expect difficulties as far as... So yes, I think we've all probably lost motivation at some point in time.
You take blows to your confidence, you lose motivation. It's you have to get yourself your motor running again to get your energy back. But that's more of like, that's just stuff that goes along with the work. Why the people do it is because they really enjoy doing it. They take the bad because of all the good that comes from it.
Fair. That's totally true.
And that's how you get better, is overcoming that.
Yes.
Is when you persevere and go through that, and then you can look back and say, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought.
I could do with that again.
Yeah, I could do it again.
And we also understand that we're going to not be cast far more often than when we are cast.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of it. Our job as actors is really auditioning. That's our job. And I know actor friends that say when they find out that they don't get something, they allow themselves a mourning period, but they stick to it. So maybe it's going to be 24 hours from when they found out they weren't cast, and then after that, cool, moving on to the next thing.
That's actually pretty smart.
Give themselves a weekend.
Yeah.
Because you can't pretend like it didn't hurt, like you didn't work really hard, do your research, really fall in love with the character in the meantime, hate the person who got the part instead of you. Just kidding. In our lineup, everybody,
everyone,
they're all our friends, as you mentioned before. So we're like, well, I didn't get it, but you did, and that's great. So
I hate you specifically.
Let's see. Oh, this is kind of a fun, lighter question. That was a heavy, deep one. Candace wants to know, if you went on a trip with 2 characters that you have played, which characters would they be and why? Now, Candace doesn't say where you're going, but pick 2 of your characters and you're going to go on some fun trip with them. Who do you want to hang out with?
Oh, goodness. Probably, first and foremost, I'd want to hang out with, I play a character, Junichiro Kagami, an ultimate otaku teacher, because that guy basically is me. So he just seems like he'd be fun, like we could get along, even though he can be annoying at times. That's what? An otaku? Gosh, and I don't know. I was trying to think of, like, have I played any characters that, like, have any sort of magic powers that could create something cool? Oh, probably Alciel from Devil's a Part-Timer.
Okay.
Because he would be the mom and he would, like, do stuff and help us out. Like he would, like, mother us. Like, I would need that organization skill in there, so he would have to, like, guide me and be like, let's go, like, here's the agenda.
Yep. Here's some granola bars, a Gatorade.
Yes, that's what I need. I need that mother aspect.
Stay hydrated.
And Alciel's a perfect
to the next theme park.
den mother. Yeah, he's a tiger mom.
How about you?
I'd take Reiji from Prince of Stride. He's chill and fun and cool. I think we'd hang out and have a good time. And
he can sing.
And he can sing.
And you can sing. So you guys can, like,
sing together. Okay, so
on the road trip, you've got music covered.
Yes. Oh, the sing along. Right. Now, okay, do I have a second vocalist then?
It's like we're starting a band.
Okay, yeah, we're going on the road.
This trip is actually a tour.
Let's see. I'll take I'll take Mikhailo from Seraph of the End because he's a real cool guy. We need some cool guy cred in the band.
You need some cred.
He can get you in.
Right.
He'll get you the gigs.
He's on the list.
Exactly. I'm like, how'd you get in there? But nothing.
He's not gonna tell you. His eyes, the look.
Oh,
I just looked at them. Like, okay, yes, come right through, sir. You're welcome. Wow, that went by fast. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We
I've
did
got a few more. We're gonna save these for the table. So just to wrap it up, let the folks at home know where they can find you on the interwebs, your social media and stuff like that.
Social media, you can find me, Anthony Bowling, on Facebook. Look me up and look for the guy who has, I don't know, the same credits as I do. Yeah, if it's me, if you see me, that's me. And then I don't know how to say that. Like, how do you find someone on Facebook? Yeah, with their face. And then on Twitter, I am at bowling, the number 4 day, at bowling4day. So if you got any questions or want to ask me how I am, I don't know. What's Twitter for?
How are you today?
Yeah, that's it, right there.
Just checking in.
Just keep making hearts in the corner.
Oh,
you won!
That's all he has left.
Sorry, I'm out. Yeah, tell your friends. I need followers.
How about you, Justin? Justin? Where can people find you?
Facebook's under construction right now. I'll let you know when you can find me. Wink. But if you want to find me on Twitter, it's a little bit of a stretch. It's at Justin Briner.
Shut up.
I know.
How did you luck out with that?
I don't know, actually.
I destroyed all the other Justin Briners.
Yes, I'm the only one left.
Got it.
And I'm sorry, I forgot. I have a website. I totally forgot. It's anthonybowlingva.com.
Okay.
So it's got all my credits and contact info on there, too.
Alrighty, awesome. Very cool. You know me, I am Caitlin Glass. You can find me at Caitlin's Voice everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching and periscoping with us. Thank you most of all for watching Sakura Quest. We'll see you next week with Rika Fajardo, Chuck Huber, and Leah Clark. Bye.
It was really, it was the worst thing that I ever smelled. So. Anyway, we're back. I didn't see you there.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, now it's time for my favorite part of the show called Finish Your Coffee. Caitlin's got to go to work. So.
Yeah. Too hot to chug.
Good stuff, good stuff. All right, so we do have a few more questions from people. Patrick would like to know, do any of us record or send special birthday messages in our character voices for our fans? Do you or would you? Yeah.
I would. I'd do it. Contact me. We'll see how we could get that done. I have free time.
How much are you gonna pay me?
Oh.
I'm just kidding, Patrick. I do that. I do that stuff on occasion. It's hard though. I have to find the time. I direct.
We're getting some good quality and everything. If we did it for everyone, but reach out. There's no harm in asking.
The easiest way is usually to catch somebody at a convention because we're already there to do things like that. It's different when I'm directing all day and I get a Twitter message. It's like
just a little more work for me.
No, I'm making the animus. Leave me alone. Okay. This comes from Jen. What was your first main role in an anime, and what was the show? She says main role, so I guess meaning your first large role, not Walla.
I think mine is Mikhaila Hyakuya in Seraph of the End. I think that was the first major role I worked on in anime.
I think that's when I started hearing your name around the building because you were there a lot more for that.
Yeah, that was it.
Who is Justin Briner?
This is mysterious new.
Yeah.
Who is?
Come and read for me. And now it's like, how can I get Justin in every show that I work on because he's so good and fun. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned previously on the Periscope when we were watching Ukyo in Samurai 7. That was my first big break, and it was the double threat of he was a villain and got to be evil and really crappy.
How did you even end up with that? Was it that time you came to that anime fest and met a director?
That's how I got,
because I was there and we were hanging out.
That's how I got hired. I went with you and we were sitting waiting for the panel and we were talking about how much we like Steve Bloom and then
Steve Bloom sat down next to us. We're like,
hi, I'm Steve Bloom. I do all your favorite animes.
It does happen like that sometimes, you guys.
Yeah, we still geek out. I geek out every time I meet a voice actor.
Yeah, that was a really good show, so good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is a really fun one. This is from Eric, and Eric has a specific question for each of you. Okay. So Justin, if you were blessed with a quirk, so we're talking My Hero Academia here. If you were blessed with a quirk, what would it be? He would like to add, it can also be a 2-in-1 quirk, like Todoroki's, if you want.
Okay. For those who don't know, quirks are the sort of glossary term for superpowers in My Hero Academia. I would say I want my quirk to be I want a magical head of hair that I could grow out into a glorious afro that when you start messing with it controls people's minds. You can brainwash them with it.
Mind control afro.
There it is.
Not just mind control, but the hair has
Look
to
into
be
the
part
hair.
of it.
Everyone's gonna be distracted. I mean, it's true. Because if they knew, if you walked in and you were just super handsome or something else about it, they would be suspicious of you. But if you're just a guy with really big old hair, they're like, wow, look at
and I'm
hair.
check it out.
Help
Gotcha.
but look at it. Gotcha.
Too late.
Go buy my groceries. Did you say groceries or groceries? Because I just said groceries.
Yeah, I have grocery powers.
Grocery.
And grocery powers.
I want my quirk to be, my laundry's always done quirk. Like, my clothes never dirty. I can wear anything and it never gets dirty. Because I waste a lot of time doing laundry, you guys.
My quirk would be wishing for more quirks.
Are you still here? Who invited you?
You did. But you did. I just showed up. I was like, hey, you got kolaches and donuts? Ooh. Put me in your show.
It's true. When I got here this morning, Anthony was already here. In his pajamas. Mm-hmm. All right. Anthony's question from Eric. If you were a teacher like Junichiro Kagami in Ultimate Otaku Teacher, what subject would you teach to your students?
Oh. Well, technically, I do teach. I teach improv, which would not be a school subject, but probably if I did...
probably should be.
But probably should be. It actually should. If we're talking core classes, I always had a penchant for science and math. So, I mean, went against all the type of actor, left brain, right brain type things. But if it was like if I was like Junichiro, it would probably be like 80s cartoon studies. and be like, all right, class, life is like a what? Hurricane. That's correct. Here in where? Duckburg. Absolutely. A+. That will be on the test. That would be my class, is 80s cartoon studies.
Wow. I'd take it.
Dude, everyone would.
I would be front of the class.
And we'd be sitting there eating like Batman cereal. like every morning we'd be like, here.
Reese's for breakfast?
So it was like college.
80s stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
This is college for us. Before Twitch was a thing and like YouTube where you could watch people playing video games, that's what everyone in theater did at Anthony's house.
Is watch me play video games.
We'd just come over to Anthony's and be like, play Kingdom Hearts. Do that one level.
That and I used to record on a device called a VCR.
Shut up.
Dragon Ball Z, and Caitlin and I used to get Wendy's after rehearsal
and
go
Sean
watch
Gann.
and Sean Gann, and we'd watch the weekly episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Go to school, go to Anthony's, watch anime, eat junk food. I love junk food. It's even on my sweatshirt. And then go to rehearsal, all like fat and bloated, like Wendy's. Cool. Justin, if you had to teach something.
Ooh, you shouldn't devote any resources in your actual curriculum to this, but I would teach Mario history.
Dude, we could do a double...
Right, the back-to-back, the double header.
Everyone would be clamoring to be in your classes.
Yes, I could do the Mario cartoon into lead of...
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's perfect.
It's a good cartoon.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, to wrap it up, a question from our favorite Ben Oscar. He would like to know, if you had the chance to wear the famous Chupacabra costume for a whole day, what would you do with it?
I'd fight crime. If I had to wear it, absolutely. I would fight crime. What else is there to do?
I bet you could accomplish a lot, because the criminals would be very surprised to see like a man in a lizard costume.
Yeah.
And they would stop in their tracks.
I wouldn't have to do anything.
I'd like to be like an Uber driver in the costume. Your ride is on their way, and then when it gets there, Chupacabra.
Mr. Cabra is here.
Mr. Cabra's here. Hi, are you Justin? Come on in.
I think I would go try to be a voice actor and insist on leaving the mask on.
Oh gosh.
Like, could you take that off? Nope.
It's not a mask.
It's not. What mask?
It's a medical condition.
What mask? Yeah. So that's what I would do. Thanks for that question, Ben. We had really fun questions today. I have everybody's names in here. So, Anthony, why don't you draw one out, and then Justin, you're going to read it, and someone's going home with this framed picture of the triple Chupacabra.
The triple Chup.
Wow.
All right.
Who's it gonna be? I see Ryuki.
Hey, Ryuki!
Woo! All right.
Awesome. You get this. It's from Ushimatsu's first foray into filmmaking as the Chupacabra. So we're going to sign that and send it to you. Please send us your mailing address at sakuraquestfest@gmail.com. That's all we've got time for. As I mentioned, I do have to go to work.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for hanging out. This has been really fun. Yeah. And thank you all for watching, and keep on watching Sakura Quest. Cheers.
Bye.